This is Chapter 5, Lesson 4, the distributive property. So, the expressions 2 times the quantity x plus 2 and 2x plus 4 are blank, blank. In those two blanks, you're going to write equivalent expressions. No matter what x is, these expressions have the same value. So any number I could plug in for x in either of these expressions, I'll get the same answer. So when we use the distributive property to evaluate, so I have 8 times the quantity -9 plus 4. This tells me that I'm going to take this 8, I'm going to multiply it by the -9, and then by the 4. So 8 times -9 gives me -72, and 8 times 4 gives me 32. Then I add them together. -72 plus 32 equals -40. I can also use the distributive property to rewrite the expression. So I have 1/3 times the quantity x minus 6. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to multiply the 1/3 times x and the 1/3 times 6. Okay? When I do this, 1/3 times x gives me 1/3 x, and 1/3 times 6 gives me 6 over 3. So 1/3 times 6 is 6 over 3, which equals 2. And my sign in the middle is just going to stay the same. My third example says, Mr. Ito needs to buy batting helmets for the baseball team. The helmets he plans to buy are $19.95 each. Find the total cost if Mr. Ito needs to buy 9 batting helmets for the team. So I can rename $19.95 as 20 minus 5 cents. This is the same as the $19.95. Then I can use the distributive property to find the total cost mentally. I do 9 times 20 and 9 times 5 cents. 9 times 20, well 9 times 2 is 18, so 9 times 20 is 180, and then 9 times 5 cents is 45 cents. So 180 minus 45 gives me $179.55. So the total cost of the helmets is $179.55. Okay. So there are a couple of try it out problems. I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and try them out, and when you're done, we will go over the answers together. All right, now that you've had a chance to try out the try it problems, let's go over the answers together. So the first one says, use the distributive property to evaluate. So I have 5 times the quantity -9 plus 11. Since I'm using the distributive property, I'm going to take 5 and multiply it times -9 and 5 times 11. 5 times -9 gives me -45, and 5 times 11 gives me 55. -45 plus 55 gives me 10. Okay. Problem number 2 says use the distributive property to rewrite the expression, the quantity m plus 3n times 8. So it doesn't matter which side my number is on, it can be on the left or the right. I'm going to multiply 8 times m and 8 times 3n. 8 times m gives me 8m, and 8 times 3 gives me 24, and then the n tags along. I cannot add these two things together because I have m and n, so they're not like terms. So 8m plus 24n is my final answer. The third try it problem says a sports club rents dirt bikes for $37.50 each. Find the total cost for the club to rent 20 bikes. Justify your answer by using the distributive property. So just like the example that we did with Mr. Ito buying the batting helmets, I'm going to take $37.50 and I'm going to say that that's equal to $37 plus 50 cents. So this way I can do mental math. Okay. I'm renting 20 bikes, so I'm going to set it up 20 times $37 plus 50 cents, okay, using the distributive property. So I have 20 times 37, which gives me $740, and 20 times 50 cents gives me $10. So 740 plus 10 is 750. So it costs $750 to rent 20 bikes. And that is the end of lesson 4.